Hello everyone, Pretty good here, and welcome back to the start. I don't know how to do this. This is a weird thing. This is the DLC kind of thing for Shovel Knight that was free. The Plague of Shadows addition to the game. Now this particular portion is free to anybody who's out there who owns Shovel Knight on whatever platform you own it on. But seeing as I kind of did the original playthrough of Shovel Knight like really close to when it came out, I figured I would kind of do the same with Plague Knight and see how that boils over. So anyway, now as you start off, things look normal because you know there you got this new game plus file, and yes, there's a reason why I'm going this way. I'm trying not to spoil things. So when you go to start your new adventure, you get a character selection screen now between Shovel Knight and Plague Knight. Obviously, for this, we're choosing Plague Knight, but... And much like with the original file, we're going to go... Kotar... LP... Because why not? Oops. And it's like, I just remembered it perfectly fits. There we go. So all these little bits of information you see on the screen, we'll dive more in depth into as we play through the actual story itself, probably right away. But let's go ahead and start our adventure. Long ago, the lands were untamed and roamed by legendary adventurers. But villainy ran rapid, and in time, even the most stalwart heroes fell. The absence of champions, the enchantress and her order of no quarter swept into power. Unbeknownst to everyone, the maniacal alchemist Plague Knight had plans of his own. He sought nothing less than to concoct a potion of unlimited power. A draught so fiendishly potent that nothing he desired would be out of his reach. Each knight unknowingly guards a crucial ingredient. Now the collection must begin. Oh boy, am I a tax collector? I bet I'm a tax collector. I'm a tax collector. And sorry, I know in the original project of this, I did like do the voiceover thing for a lot of these characters, but to be honest, they will be entirely different voices, so I probably won't give everybody a voice. I might go back on that like immediately, but so this is basically where they teach you the importance of the most important thing and the major thing about how Plague Knight works is just hold Y, the attack button, to charge and bomb burst out here. Keep in mind, I would just, for those who haven't played Shovel Knight, these are Plague Knight's minions. For science! And welcome back. It's been a long time. Now, when I first played this, you know, I immediately had the feeling of, wow, this guy's got like Luigi physics a little bit, where he slides a bit, he gets a slow start up and all that jazz. Anyway, important things we have to discuss before we start going. Number one, you do not have a direct attack, for the most part. All you have is grenades. Your attacks are grenades. You can throw them straight down at the ground if you jump in the air, so at like a 40 degree angle, something like that. And for mobility, you have a double jump. Well, kind of a jump and a half kind of jump, but it works at any point of your... the double jump works at any point after your first jump. Because I know some games have it like where, you know, if you get to a certain... once you get to the peak, like roughly the peak of your first jump arc height, you have to double jump then, and if you wait too long, you don't get the double jump. So you can double jump at any height, and I'll use this a lot, but what they mentioned, the bomb burst, simply hold down Y, you'll flash, boom! And you can do it where you can jump, burst, double jump, or you can jump, jump, jump. You can also, if you hold up, we'll go straight up. And the things I mentioned. Well, first of all, we don't have tonics, which I can't explain those. We'll explain those a little bit later on here. Our bombs, which we will get different ingredients and different concoctions we can use with our bombs and grenades. Arcana, which are kind of like the items, so we won't see that for a while. And our burst, which you can modify, which we'll see more of that later. And, well, the gear we'll get, which actually we're about to see the first piece of gear we're going to get. So let me just jump up here. There we go. So what we got there was a cipher coin. There are over 420 of these suckers in the entire game. If the math is right, it's like 4 to 10 for a town area, 20 for a sub-level, and 30 for a main level. So, if you ever need to keep track of that, now you know. Now I do want to mention, at least as of right now, we can throw up to 3 grenades at a time. Have 3 grenades at a time on screen before we can't throw anymore. So, spam Y button. Let's try it like this. So yeah, it's not very prevalent of that limitation right now. Oh god. The limitation's not very prevalent right now, but you'll see it later. Also, the boom burst, you can also use it as a really close range explosion. So, basically, how I like to think of Plague Knight is playing your movements out about 2 to 3 seconds in advance, unless you're going to boom burst someone. I call it boom burst Pokemon. Fancy that, seeing as I just came off playing Pokemon recently. So yeah. So now in each, I guess not here. So in each one of these Plague Knight segments, not only are the main levels a little different, but hey, tonics. So tonics. Now I do want to mention I am on the Wii U version of this, so a lot of times I'll probably look down and I'll sound like this because I'm looking away from the microphone. But more or less the tonics, they're a weird little modular thing you can do. So as you notice our life up there, we have 4 health. We have 4 hearts effectively, really small compared to Shovel Knight. But we have tonics, which we can use, which have a double purpose and can act as a gambler's fallacy a little bit if you want to treat it like that. How the tonics work is if you can drink one, and you'll get one, and you'll heal 1 heart, but you'll also, oop, this is gonna be a difficult one. Hot. Okay, there we go. But yeah, you can heal 1 heart, but you also get 1 max health. But that's not the same thing. Well, actually, it is. If you're full health, it's the same thing. Oh, I almost jumped in spikes. Go me. Spikes are still instant kill, by the way, as is explained by instantly exploding grenades. So, unless you're if you're max health, that is true. That is true towards what towards your life. But if you're like, say, if you're on your last hit, you know, heart half out of 4. That's a really bad way of explaining it, but heart half out of 4. If you're at that point, then you can use the tonic, and what will happen is you'll get 1.5 hearts of health at that point, but you'll also get that potential maximum health, like this. Also, right now you can well, I kind of spoiled some, but right now you can only hold 5 tonics at a time. But as you see, I have 5 hearts. And now it's up to a certain maximum. I believe it's 4 units of health over your maximum, whatever your maximum is at that moment. Dang it! Finally got hit. Finally got hit again. Damn it. So now would be a good time to mention Plague Knight's major crutch, besides his crippling health issue. See, Plague Knight, you know how, you know, Shovel Knight, he got hit, he went flying, you know, that's the same. By the way, music sheets are still a thing. But you know, Shovel Knight got hit, he flew back a little bit. Plague Knight flies back about 3 times as far when he gets hit, because, well, He's a man of science. He's not a man of musclery or chivalry. And let's see, now how you get through this is Boom Burst. A lot of Boom Burst. Burst. Just call it Burst, dude. Hit. But, yes. I think I got over actually a majority of Plague Knight's controls and whatnot right away without spoiling too much about anything else about his... well, about anything else he'll get. Damn. Expire. Now, much like you would think, Plague Knight does not get any sort of bonuses to, or does not get the innate effect of being able to reflect projectiles with his attacks. You are using projectiles, mind you, so hitting a projectile with a projectile would just be asinine. Because science dictates it is. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now, a lot of times when you're going for these cipher coins, I keep forgetting their names. It's a simple name, cipher, as in cryptic. Go away, dragon. Dargon. Anyway. A lot of times what they do with the cipher coins is they'll put it in a super perilous jump location. Like here. And over there. But what you can kind of do to cheese it out is, I'll show you here quick. So if you jump, you can actually throw a grenade to slightly extend your burst jump a little bit. You also use that for like a really insignificantly small third jump. Now this, they purposely took away this platform here, so you would have to experiment with this function that you'll see a lot in secret areas. I don't know what its actual name is called, but go inside by walking up to it or pressing up in front of it, and it works like a cannon that you don't have control over. Now, admittedly, a lot of the secrets in the Plague Knight mode of this will be the same as Shovel Knight's mode, so a lot of secrets will be copy pasta from when you play the Shovel Knight if you're playing along at home or something of that sort. But do believe me, there are going to be a few extra little side paths and whatnot you can take with Plague Knight. Now we're 21 now, but something I want to talk about when I hit this checkpoint is, you know, say you're playing through a stage like I am and you're at a point kind of far and you're like, wait, have I forgotten anything? Well, the beauty of the cipher coins is that it doesn't tell you for this stage. Ah, that's right. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. So something else with this game, by the way. Just know for the first stage, obviously it's 30 coins, and you can't really count additional coins besides the 30 in the very first stage of the game. But there is a bit of a glitch with this game, and it might get patched. And by the time you guys get this video, this might be patched out, or it might still be an issue, but I think there's a glitch with 100% completion with the game, where the game actually reads your completion as 72%. And I think it has to do with this stage right here. So, because it's not counting my cipher coins in this opening stage, for whatever reason. Anyway. Now, with Plague Knight, being that it's Plague Knight, there will probably be a lot of resets, or not resets, but there will probably be a good chunk of game overs or life losses and things like that sort. So, just be aware that there's going to be times where I'm going to just die and I'm going to have to run back and cut footage and all that stuff. Because it's actually, I feel like it's a bit harder. It's not New Game Plus levels of difficulty. Actually, here's one of the most difficult jumps in this area. And I cleared it. But yeah, I feel like Plague Knight's mode is actually like difficulty 1.5. Because with Shovel Knight, you know, with the regular Shovel Knight mode, you have New Game Plus, where New Game Plus everything gets double health, double damage, all that jazz. But you still get to keep all your items. Plague Knight's kind of the same, where like you're extremely frail, but everything has the same health as it did when you played as Shovel Knight. For the first time. If that helps at all out there. I know sometimes my explanations are a little cryptic at times. What else? What else? So yeah, there will be deaths, and they will be numerous. But I hope to try and keep them down now that I've actually played through the game once and know what I'm doing. But, as always with a lot of this stuff, if you feel you know something that I should know, or that you would probably know better than me, which that's not hard to do, to be honest. If you feel you got a little bit more knowledge on some part of this game than I do, you know, always willing to listen to your suggestions and feedback on that. I always like hearing everybody's viewpoint and how they play the game. See, they got tonic. And there's a checkpoint. Now, we have 30 cipher coins. So you've been following along with where to go and everything. You should have all 30 cipher coins. But we know what happened at the end of... Well, I'm going to let the game speak a little bit. Listen to me, Magicist. I know you're aiding him in his quest for the ultimate potion. Oops. Alchemical trickery. You can't fool me. I know he has plans to use the potion to beguile you. I feel like I've gone from, like, I know I did game kind of a semi-evil overtone last time. Like, you know, like this. But since the initial Shovel Knight playthrough, I feel like it's more like normal guy. More of a normal guy tone than anything else. But unfortunately, because I've acquired new voices in my time, I feel like I'm slowly slipping into the better voice. Oh, it's the panicky pushover. Is winning the Magicist's cause worth betraying your allies? And this guy, good lord. I think I gave him like the highest, squeakiest pitch voice I could give, or highest nasal voice I could give him. What? Where in the world did you hear that? Anyway, like I said, I won't try and do the voices. I know I'll botch them. And I know how you plan to gather ingredients. The only thing worse than a deranged alchemist is a traitor. Do what you will with the order, but none shall threaten the enchantress and live. So fighting the Black Knight for the first time is actually kind of fun. And a little bit weird, because it's basically your tutorial on how to fight bosses. Which, a lot of times, you just want to charge at them and lure them into a false sense of security. Now, changing your trajectory midair is just as simple as, you know, turning the controller the other way. Ooh. What's up? Also, I like how with the burst you can actually have a delayed hit. But I didn't mention it, but you do have like very, very limited invincibility when you burst. It's like the moment you use it and then the 2 frames after. That's really about it. But yeah, if you do it right, you can kind of go to town on almost any boss in this game. Well, with Black Knight defeated, only thing worse than a traitor is a coward. You feel me? Anyway, so now that we've done that, we've opened up the map, much like with regular Shovel Knight. And you see there's a little thing on the overworld map here we can hit minus for our totals. I don't think this was in Shovel Knight. If it was, then I just didn't notice it. But this would have been so helpful when I played Shovel Knight to be like, oh, I have music sheets. And how many I have available to me. So I can plan on my monetary spending. Anyway. Now, this is the semi-behind-the-scenes bit. But basically, because Plague Knight requires a little more planning than it does Face Mash, most portions of this project will be 1-level portions, or 1 video per area portions. I might be able to do 2 if it's a small enough portion, but that's if it's a small enough portion. Anyway, everyone, I do want to thank you all so much for watching the first episode of Shovel Knight Plague of Shadows. We're playing the Plague Knight mode. I ask that you join me back next time when we'll go into town. I'll see you folks then.